43 to 47. That you told me to read yesterday. Hi guys, welcome back. Today is going to be such a good day. I know it's going to be a good day because I'm handing over the reins to you. So as you can probably tell from the title, today you're in charge of my bookish day, making all of my decisions for me. Think of me as a character in a game, think of me as a Sims character, and you just get to design all of the bookish things that we do today. The perfect bookish day. You get to choose what I wear, where I go, what books I read, how much I read. You're going to find out all of the little decisions that you have been making if you follow me on Instagram over the last 24 hours. So I posted a poll yesterday. I posted half of the poll yesterday, just so there would be some good amount of time to get some of your responses in. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, then this is your sign to do so, because this is already so much fun and the video hasn't even really started yet. We haven't even got into the meat of it and I'm already having the best time. I want to do this again. So definitely follow me on Instagram if you want to be able to input into future polls. But thank you so much to those of you that have already been giving me your answers. I've been trying really hard not to check what the results are. When I woke up this morning, I was like, no, just wait, we'll find out live together. I also really want to give credit to Sarah and Ali, who I saw do this video first, and it just seems like such a blast. So now we're doing it too. Right, let's get straight into it because I'm so excited for today. First things first, I need to get dressed, and the first poll was you guys choosing what I wear. So let's go into my room, check the poll, and get dressed for today. Okay, here we go. Right, let's check it out. Poll number 1. So if you do follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that these polls varied in their crypticness. Sometimes I feel like you could really tell what you were choosing, and other times you weren't quite sure. So for the first poll, I put a pink bow and a yellow daisy as the two options. To help me choose what I'm gonna wear for today, I was really manifesting spring weather. I know that we're not really there yet, but I am here for manifesting it. And I have to be honest, it kind of worked. So let's see the results. 53% voted for the yellow daisy versus 47% voting for the pink bow. Okay, I'm actually so happy with that choice. So you guys were choosing between me wearing, which you've actually already seen, this very cute like pink sweater vest, which I have to be honest, I am obsessed with, but I did literally wear it in last week's vlog. So I think it's a good shout that this didn't win. We were either gonna wear this with like a little pink bow in my hair and just have a very girly coded bookish day. And then the second choice, which is what won the poll, is probably my all-time favorite cardigan. It's starting to die a little bit. I'm gonna be so sad when it's gone forever. It's starting to look a little bit worse for wear, but I love it. And it's covered in all these different little flowers, which I kind of think of as little yellow daisies. The center of the flowers are all different colors. Anyway, I think it's so cute. So instead of a girly pink bookish day, we're gonna have a manifesting spring coded day. So I'm gonna wear my floral jumper. I might put a little floral clip in my hair. Ah, we're off to a great start. Right, I'm gonna go get ready and I'll see you in just a second. Okay, here we go. This is the final fit. We've even gone for like my cream 3/4 length crop trousers, white t-shirt, the cardigan that you guys chose, and then I've got my little clip, which I will bring with me because there's every chance that it's windy out there. So I'll probably just like clip it there or something, just so that I've got a clip with me for the day. Thanks for choosing my outfit. I feel like we're off to such a good start. This sunshine is actually insane. I feel like I'm having to like squint in my room, which is amazing. So on to the next question in the poll. I think I know what the answer is going to be. I don't even feel like I need to check, but the next question was whether I should read today on a physical book or on my Kindle. And the way that I represented that was with like the little open book, or I had to use the phone symbol because there isn't actually like a Kindle symbol. But basically, do I read on a screen or do I read like a physical copy? But again, you didn't necessarily know the specific question that you were answering, but you all chose correct anyway. And we had 79% that chose a physical copybook over 21% that chose reading on a screen. To be fair, either answer would have been fine. I do absolutely love my Kindle, but I'm very excited that we're going to be reading a physical copybook today, which means we can move on to the next poll, which is arguably the most exciting one. In fact, no, I think they're all as exciting as each other, but the next one, you had to choose between a teddy bear and a blueberry, and I coloured in, this one was probably the most obvious that you could tell what you were choosing, even if you couldn't see exactly what it was. So you were choosing between two books for which book I'm going to read today, and the results are 46% 46% of you voted for the teddy bear and 54 voted for the blueberries. So the blue book wins, and the books you were choosing between were the teddy bear book was Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. Can you kind of see what I did there? Out of the Woods, teddy bear brown, bears live in woods, they're in the woods. That was why that one was brown. I know the book is like kind of blue, but so is the other one. So I was like, didn't feel like I could do blue and blue. Anyway, Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young didn't win, which I'm a little bit sad about, but you guys are in charge. And I have to say, I am very much in the fantasy mood at the moment. I feel like I've read a lot of contemporary romance back to back. So it's only time that I entered a fantasy, which was the other option. And you guys successfully chose Dance of Thieves by Mary Pearson. This book has been on my TBR shelf for so long. It is about time we picked it up. Also, this may not seem like much to some of you on the other side of the pond, but this is the floppiest book outside of, I think it was Light Lark, which is like the floppiest book I've got. This is definitely the second floppiest book. It's so soft and so nice. Anyway, so today we are reading Dance of Thieves. And as always, I really know nothing about it. All I know is that Stephanie Garber is on the back, and the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy was like seriously just one of my favorites. And Stephanie Garber wrote a brilliant fantasy with a boldly beating heart. So if she endorses it, I want to read it. It says, hold on, no matter what you have to do, survive no matter who you have to kill. There's an outlawed family. There's a cat and mouse situation with a thief. This doesn't actually sound like it is fantasy, but I'm guessing that it is. Yeah, a brilliant fantasy with a boldly beating heart. So I'm not sure where the magic elements come into it. We'll have to see as we read it, but this is the book that we're going to be reading today. So although I was quite excited to read Out of the Woods, I'm very pleased with this because it's been on my shelf for a long time and I have been desperate to pick up a fantasy. I've just been resisting. I don't know what it is. You know when you're just on the other side of a big fantasy story and you just can't force yourself to like take the leap and jump in because you know that it takes a little bit more work than just binging a contemporary romance. So this was exactly the push I needed. So this is the book for today. Right, let me check the next poll because I can't even remember what is next on you planning my day. Oh, okay, yes. So next on the list is, if we're reading a book today, we obviously need ourselves a drink to enjoy whilst we read our book. So the two options, you could definitely tell what this one was. We had the at home like coffee mug next to save money, and we had like I think it's actually boba, but in my mind it's an iced coffee with treat yourself, and treat yourself 61 to 39. Thank you very much. I do want to save money, but today I really wanted to treat myself and go and buy myself a nice drink. I haven't gone out and bought myself a drink in so long. In fact, I don't even think I've treated myself to a drink in 2025. That's not right. I know that's not right, but I really feel like maybe I've only had like one or something this year. I really haven't been out and got myself a coffee. So we are going to do that. We're going to go out and get ourselves a drink. Maybe even with this weather, it will actually be an iced one, which would be such a treat to have the first iced drink of the year. Okay, let's just jump straight onto the next poll so that we know where we're going to get this drink, because it wouldn't be a true bookish day if we didn't go to a bookshop or two. So the next poll is Waterstones or Independent, and Independent won just by 53 to 47. So we're going to be going to an independent bookshop together, and I think I know the one that I really want to go to. I've never been to it before, and if I do actually remember correctly, there is also a Waterstones on that same high street. So maybe we'll end up going to both, but we're going to go to the independent bookshop first and buy a book. And you guys are gonna have to choose the book. So I hope you're on Instagram today. I hope you're checking your phones today, because I'm gonna need you to help me choose the book when we get there. But for now, let's jump in the car. Let's head over to our first stop of the day. I'm gonna bring this with me in case we end up doing a little bit of reading whilst we're out. The village that we're going to is like a little bit of a drive from me, so I'm gonna jump in the car. And I'm gonna need to pack myself some sunglasses because I can't see in here at all, let alone I'm not even out there yet. So let's find some sunglasses, pack my book, and I'll see you when we get there. Okay, we're officially walking out the door. I just have to say, the color coordination just keeps getting better and better. This bag matches so perfectly with this belt, I can't. And the Stanley, which matches with like everything else. There is something about being well color coordinated that is just so satisfying. Right, car keys, camera, let's go. Okay, we've arrived. We are in Wimbledon today. I don't know why I don't come here more often. It's like a 25-minute drive from me, and it's just the nicest place. Richmond and Wimbledon are just the two nicest places just in London. I mean, I'm sure lots of people will disagree, but I feel very biased that Richmond and Wimbledon are just And at the moment, Wimbledon takes the cake. I feel Richmond was where I grew up, so I do feel a certain loyalty to Richmond, but seriously, Wimbledon is giving so hard. Anyway, the independent bookshop that we're gonna go to is just behind us, literally right there. You probably can't quite see it. It's called Wimbledon Books. I can't believe I've managed to get such a good parking space. Parking is not the easiest in Wimbledon, but I've got myself a parking space. We're gonna go explore there first. Before we get our drink, I kind of want to go in there first and see if they have like their own little coffee shop in there, because I would love to give an independent bookstore some, like, of my business, some money. So if they have a coffee shop in there, I will get a little coffee or some kind of treat myself drink from in there. If not, we'll wander down the high street once I've done some shopping in there and see what we can find. And I know there's so many nice cafes along here. There's even a Gale's, which ideally I'd go somewhere more independent and not to a chain, but Gale's iced chai is like aggressively calling to me. Anyway, I'm so excited. First bookshop, first adventure of the day. I'm gonna jump out, and there's so many people walking around the car. I'm really just trying to embody a lot of confidence with filming outside this year, and it's so hard. Like, I literally can feel people watching me right now. But you guys are with me, so I'm actually not by myself. That's what I tell myself. I'm not just talking to a random screen. I'm talking to you. So, right, let's go book shopping and let's see what Wimbledon Books has to say for itself. First stint done. I'm a bit sad. Wimbledon Books, unfortunately, just didn't really have anything. There was a first of all, it was very small. It was just one little room. And second of all, where is my headphones case so I can put my AirPod away? It was one little room which was quite small, and then it was honestly mostly for children. So pretty much all of the books in there were children's books and children's toys and children's puzzles and things like that. So there wasn't really much of an adult section, which was a shame. Like, even their young adult just wasn't very built out, because I do read quite a lot of young adult. Anyway, there wasn't anything there. So we just had a little bit of a wander up the high street. It's so nice. For anyone that doesn't know Wimbledon or hasn't been to Wimbledon before, it's kind of split into two sections. You've got Wimbledon Village, which is basically at the top of the hill, which is where I am now. And it's so pretty. All of the shops are just like such lovely, lovely shops. The delis are so nice. Like, there's a lovely butcher's. There's like a wine, what you call like a wine shop. Maybe just call it a wine shop. There's like a shop that sells lots of lovely wine. There's little cafes and restaurants and a couple of pubs, but it's all just done so nicely. I also just realized I'm also right outside of Space NK. I have no like beauty skincare stuff to buy at the moment, but I definitely would have gone in there if I did. I just love a Space NK. Everything's just so pretty up here. You're also right next to the common. We can go for lovely walks like amongst the forest. It's just lovely. And then the other half of Wimbledon is basically straight down the hill to where the train station is. So the village isn't where the train station is, and you have to walk up the hill to get to the village from the train station. And around the train station is where you get basically all of the chains. So like, there's a McDonald's down there, there's a Starbucks down there, there's Costa. I think there's like a Wagamama's. There's like all of your big fast foodie or just food chains in general. And so it's less of like a nice area, but it's the very practical bit. Like, that's where you can get the stuff that you need, even if it's not like cutesy. And it's a lot more affordable down here than it is down there than it is up here. Anyway, the Waterstones, I thought it was up here. It's not, it's down there. So it's only like a 15-minute walk, but it is decently cold. It's colder than I've dressed today. So instead of walking down the hill and then walking back up the hill, I'm actually just gonna drive down there now, and we can have a little wander around there as well, because I need to find a couple of books that I want to choose between so that you can do the next haul, because we've still got some stuff we have to do today and we still need to get our sweet treats. There's stuff that has to be done. Anyway, I am now going to head down the hill. If I see somewhere like on my drive on the way for a sweet treat, I might jump out and grab something. I think I may be tempted because in fact, I don't even know why I'm saying, like, I'm being coy about it. I know there's a Gales on the route. I know there's a Gales en route. If there is somewhere for me to park, that's more what I mean, then I'm gonna jump out the car. If there's nowhere for me to park, we'll just head straight down and see if we can find somewhere for a drink down the bottom, but hopefully we'll find somewhere to park. Right, it's getting busy. It's lunchtime now, so... Oh, actually, I really wanted to show you very quickly. I did actually pop into a shop called Postmark, the cutest little like stationery card store, and I got 2 little cards. One, it's one of my best friends, Hayley's birthday, actually today. I'm not giving this to her until I see her at the weekend, but I don't think she watches my reading vlogs, so I'm pretty safe in showing you her card. Hayley, if by some crazy fluke you've started watching my reading vlogs, then this is your birthday card, but otherwise hopefully it's a surprise. But look at this. Look, it's so pretty. She is the most colourful person in the world. Like, her hair is always different colours. Her clothes are always bright different colours. We are like the polar opposites of each other. And we were basically like raised together. Our dads are best friends. So I've always been like beige, neutrals, never dyed my hair. And she's like multicoloured, technicolor, everything. So I got her a very colourful card. And I have absolutely no idea who this is for, but it's so cute. I just couldn't help myself. This little thing that says a little note with all of those flowers coming out the envelope. I don't know who's gonna get this, but I just thought this was the sweetest little card that you could just give to anyone for any occasion, so I had to buy that as well. Anyway, I have no idea if Postmark are a independent shop or if there's loads of them. I've never seen one before, and after I didn't buy anything in Wimbledon books, I felt the urge to give some of my money to somebody independent or local today. I may have failed if Postmark is not actually a local thing, but I've never seen one before, so I bought a couple of things in there. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's go get a sweet treat and see if we can find ourselves a book in Waterstones. The best chai in all the land, and the iced version has officially been secured. I can't believe this is my first iced drink of the year. Well, I can, it's been freezing so far. It's cold today, but the sun is shining so much that it just tempted me. Look at how much cinnamon she put on top. It's the best one. Oh my gosh, delicious. I also bought literally a whole bag of treats. I asked you guys for permission to buy myself a drink, and here I am acting like you told me I could just buy whatever I wanted, as many treats as I wanted. Anyway, I'll show you what I bought when we eventually get home and I can eat them. But for now, let's head to Waterstones. I did pop into an Oxfam. I saw there was an Oxfam. It wasn't an Oxfam books, but it was an Oxfam, so I just thought I'd go and see if there were any books in the charity shop that I could buy. Again, the selection wasn't great. It was quite a lot of non-fiction, which isn't really my jam. Anyway, I tried. I've given a charity shop a go and an independent bookshop a go, neither of which just quite had what I needed. But I know that when we do our big day of book shopping, going to all of the shops, when True Spring is here, then we'll find some great independent ones that have a large selection of books that are actually suited to me. These ones were just whatever happened to be in Wimbledon Village. Right, let's go actually get a book. I think the sun is like so bright. I need to just like take a deep breath. I was like coming back to my car and there was a man like going to put a ticket on my car. So I'm like running over to him waving being like, sorry, that's my car, I've paid to park. I always pay to park. And he was like, no, you haven't paid to park. It ran out at 58. And I was like, no, it can't have done. I was like, maybe it ran out 10 seconds ago, maybe, but I still think I've got time left. And he was like, no, this is what it says here. And I was like, well, I don't think that's true. And he was like, are you calling me a liar? And I was like, no, I'm not calling you a liar, but I just think there might be a miscommunication. And so I'm like getting up the app where I pay to park, and I get up the app and then I show him on my app, and I was like, I started the parking at 58. I've still got 10 minutes left. I paid for half an hour. Oh my gosh. And then like, he just looked annoyed at me that I could prove it. And I was like, can I see yours? Like, can I see your system if it says that it's wrong? Or can you double check your system? Or I was like, I'm not calling you a liar. I swear I paid to park. And in Wimbledon, a ticket would be like £100. I don't even know. It would be a lot. Anyway, oh my gosh. So that stress like tried to spoil the vibe. Anyway, he was like, it's fine, and walked away. And I was like, thank you very much. And he was like, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it because the system said it's fine. And I was like, okay, mister. I was just saying thank you for like, oh, dearie me. Anyway, never mind. Back on track with our bookish joy, because we're determined today. So first things first, I have great things to say about the Wimbledon Waterstones. Not in the most convenient of locations, but it's so nice in there. It's so big, and it was actually so busy. I think it's actually half-term week. I completely forgot all the children are off school. So it was really busy in there, quite hard to film, but it was so lovely. Anyway, I've just seen that you like really truly can't see me, so you're gonna have to wait and see what the book was, but I put a poll up whilst I was in there. So there was only about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes on the poll. So it really was if you happened to see it then and you got to vote. So I think there's only been 500 votes. So there's not that many votes compared to what we've had before, but based on the votes that I had in those 15 minutes, I've bought the book. So we'll see if the votes changes once more people happen to see their phones. The book has been bought. I'll show you what it is when we get home. For now, let's hit the road. Has to be either the saddest one or one of the saddest ones that she's ever written, ever. Ugh, I feel like I'm being stabbed. Different dances and fell victim to Ender's glances. Lost the game of chance. What are the chances? Roasting me. I forgot to say before we left that I did do one other poll, which was for my drive. It's like a 25-minute, half-an-hour drive. It said Gracie with a yellow heart, Sabrina with the bubbles, and Taylor with the snake. So you guys could choose who I listened to on my drive home. Taylor won with 43%. So I put on a Taylor playlist, a Taylor mix for my journey home. So that has brought back all of my joy after that slightly encounter with that man who just wasn't very nice. But thank you very much, Taylor, and thank you very much, you guys. Okay, let's go back a poll to the results of which book that I should buy. And the results have evened out slightly. We're now 55 to 45. but we're still 55% for one particular winner. So I feel like we did buy the correct one. That is The Book of Asriel by Amber Nicole. I have seen so much stuff about this book. I don't know loads about it, but it sounds like it has all the core components of a book that I would love. It's enemies to lovers, it's fantasy, two people working together before everything is lost. Diana's trying to save her dying sister. Sam Keel's trying to save those that he loves after they were attacked, and he has to go back to a realm he never wanted to go back to. And it says, where there are gods, there are also monsters. For 1,000 years, the ether world, or the ether world, has known peace until now. I think it's going to be great. So thank you very much for choosing Book of Asriel for me. If you chose it for me because you've actually already read it, can you let me know what you thought? Can you let me know what you think? Do you think I'm going to like it? I'm very excited about it. Quite chunky, but I'm very excited about this. This is exactly the kind of book that I wanted to buy today, if I'm honest. A whole new universe for me to explore. And the other option, as you guys saw, was Killer Instincts, which is book 2 in the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And to be honest, I probably will get that at some point. I do really want to continue that series, but it's not urgent to continue it. They feel very standalone at the moment, or at the end of book 1, it felt very like complete. So I really want to read the others because I loved the first book so much, but not an urgent one to continue. So for now, Book of Asriel, thank you very much. It feels like you've like bought it for me somehow. Thank you. But anyway, we're not actually going to read that today. That just gets to go on the shelf. But today we're starting Dance of Thieves because that's the book that you chose for me to read today. So we have 2 more polls left to get results from. I'm just going to give them like a few more minutes to collect some more votes while I show you the sweet treats that we got from Gales. So, what did we get? Oh yeah, I got Cameron 2 little things. He didn't want to eat much because we're having an early dinner tonight. And he had like 2 breakfasts or something. So he was like, don't get me any treats if you go out. So I was like, okay, I won't. I can't help myself, just getting little things. So I got him a little Madeleine because he loves, I mean, who doesn't love a Madeleine? They're insane. I got him one of those. And, oh no. Have they given me the wrong order? No, they haven't. They've just given me something extra. They really? Yeah, they've just given me something extra. Okay. I also got him like a little salami sandwich thing. These are so good. And then I got for myself, for my lunch, they're like spinach and feta, like sausage roll things, but there's no meat in them, they're just spinach and feta. It's basically a little spanakopita. It's insane. This one is, it's so delicious. And then I think I took a little video clip of it, but I got myself a sweet treat, just depending on the results of the final poll that I've asked you guys. I've got this on tap in case I need it. I almost guarantee I won't need it because I already feel like I know what you guys are going to choose, but look at this. I don't even know how to show you, but this carrot cake just looked like immense. Is it really barbaric of me to just like try the cream cheese? Okay, it really wants to fall over, but it's got like a caramel. It really wants to fall over, and then it does. Let me see if I can show you. It's got like a caramelized pecan crumble crunch thing on top. Like, what? Okay, actual heaven. I'm gonna have to get Cameron to share that with me because that is so decadent. But wow, 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 wow. That was literally for no special occasion whatsoever. That feels like that particular cake is like really, the only justification for that is if there was a special occasion, not just like a random day. I actually can't do this video again. I'm too overexcited by it. And then they also gave me, which I did not order, I don't think I paid for it, who knows, one of their little smoked salmon things. So I do actually often order those, so that's very kind of them. Okay, right. I'm gonna sit down, eat this food. This is basically lunch. I'm gonna have my little spinach thing, wait for Cameron to be finished with his meeting. And then this afternoon, we are gonna do whatever it says on the poll. Let's have a look. Okay, the first question I asked is how many pages should I read today? 50 or 100? I knew you guys were gonna choose 100. So I need to get through 100 pages today. I'm actually not the fastest reader, so I need to get going. But yeah, there is no question. 100 pages got 65% of the votes versus 35% of the votes for 50 pages. So we're definitely reading 100 pages today. And then the final poll of the day was, where should I read? So for this, I put, oh, this is actually not what I expected, guys. So the results are, I put a house, a coffee mug, a car, and a beer, and that is for reading at home, reading in a coffee shop, reading in the car. Underrated. If you've never tried reading in the car, it's very nice. You just feel like completely undisturbed. Reading in the car and reading in the pub. And home won. I feel like you guys always want me to leave the house. I always feel so guilty when so much of my vlogs or so much of my content is me just existing in my own house, and I'm worried that's really boring, but you guys have actually chosen home. And again, this could be more cryptic about what it's for, but I feel like it's slightly more obvious. Anyway, maybe not. So 44% is for house. I actually love that. I'm so happy to stay at home this afternoon. I feel like I've had such a nice morning out, and now we're just gonna get to chill, cozy up. Now I can have some of the cake. I was like, we're not gonna need the cake. They're gonna tell me to go out and either go to the coffee shop or the pub to read. If Cameron wants to go to the pub a bit later and like do some work, then we've got a really nice one right near us. Then maybe we'll go and I'll like read a little bit extra while he does some work in the pub a bit later. But this means I get to have some of that carrot cake. Yum. Right, I'm gonna have some lunch, then we are gonna hunker down and get on with the actual reading portion of today, which is a very big part of a bookish day, with probably a bit of that carrot cake and a cup of tea. Heaven, I feel like you're treating me so nicely today. Thanks everyone. Right, lunch. Hello, good morning. It's actually the next day, so I didn't manage to finish the full 100 pages that you told me to read yesterday. We nearly made it. I got up to 80 pages yesterday, and then today, to make up for the fact that I missed the goal by 20 pages, I read an extra 20 pages, so I'm now up to page 120. Note to self, I really do need to get a bookmark now. I know I've been like folding the corners of pages this whole time when I don't just like shove random bits of paper or whatever happen to be near inside my book. I need to get myself a nice bookmark. It's time. I think I could do with some cute bookmarks. If you know of any nice ones or cute ones or any particular Etsy shops that you really recommend, then let me know, because I think it's about time I shop for a bookmark. Anyway, I'm now 120 pages into Dance of Thieves by Mary Pearson, and I think I have mixed thoughts. I think honestly I'm going to need to read more of it, so that makes me about, am I a quarter of the way by now? Yeah, I'm probably a good quarter of the way through, and I'm not really sure what it's about. Maybe I'm being really dim because my brain has been stuck in bingeable contemporary romance for so long, but I'm not really sure the plot is that clear yet. Definitely the history of the world and some of that world building that I know we can get a little bit tired of if there's too much of it at the beginning of a book, but I feel like this needed more of that. There was really no world building whatsoever. We've kind of been thrust in. If I am correct, there is a previous series which is completely separate to this one but is in the same world, so maybe the author was thinking you read that first and then you kind of know the world. But truly I think a good book can stand on its own feet without needing to do that. Anyway, where we're at so far, it's about Kazi and Jace, who are, Kazi is the female main character. She used to be a thief, or she used to be on the streets or something. We're really unclear on her backstory. She doesn't like talking about it, but it sounds like she's had a troubled past. She's had a difficult road getting to where she is, but she's now a member of the Queen's Guard, so has a very high rank, is very reputable, and she ends up being abducted by some labor traders, some people traders, along with the new king of one of the outlawed families, or the new, I don't know if he calls himself a king, but the new leader of an outlawed family. So technically they're meant to be enemies. I think it's supposed to be an enemies to lovers type story. It's definitely not. Even if they're supposed to be enemies to lovers, I'm only 100 pages in and pretty immediately the attraction was there. It's feeling a little insta-lovey of, it's not really slow, but there was no slow button. I am enjoying it though. I feel like I've just criticised it quite a lot, but I actually am enjoying it. It feels lovely. That sounds like such a tame word, but I'm really enjoying the writing. I think it's descriptive without being flowery. I think the two main characters, I'm really liking their personalities. It's missing depth for me so far. I'm missing connection to some side characters. I'm missing some overall mission that we have to go on. Again, like I said, I just don't know what the plot is. I'm a quarter of the way through and it feels like the journey they're currently on is a side tangent. Because, and maybe that's not true, maybe it's not a tangent, maybe what the journey they're on now is the whole plot. If that's the case, eek, stuff might have to happen to make it a hard-hitting book, otherwise it might be a little bit weak, but I don't want to speak too soon. It's really nice being in a lovely story again. I can see why Stephanie Garber endorsed it, in the sense there's like a loveliness to it that I'm really enjoying, that I will be more articulate about describing what I mean by that once I've finished it and I review it for you. I'll post my full review of the book once I finished it on Goodreads. I might update you in a vlog. We'll see where the cards lie and how distracted I get by my next read. But overall, I had truly the most wonderful day yesterday, and that is all because of you. So thank you so much. I feel so grateful for yesterday. It was so nice. I want to do that all the time. Removing decisions from your day and your life is like the most freeing experience. Autonomy is great, but having people choose bookish things for you is an absolute treat. I want to do this again. I don't know how many times I can do this video in a year without spamming you. Maybe we'll do it once every 6 months or something, I'm not sure. But thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed spending the day with me. I hope you have such a lovely week, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys.